Hi everyone, it's Olivia and welcome back to the channel. Today I have yet another special bag to show you all. I love showing off my bags, and yet again it's vintage Coach. So the bag that I have in my possession today is none other than the Crescent bag. This is in the color Mocha. I don't know if you can tell on camera, it may look a little black, but it's actually a very dark brown, which is known as Mocha. So you can see the underside of the suede hang tag there it has a brown hue. For reference, I'm 167 centimeters, which is almost 5'7", and I am 70 kilos. So this is what this bag looks like on me. So it's very difficult to crossbody this. I love a crossbody bag, but it kind of like hurts on top of here, and it kind of sits like the way a fanny pack would like sit. Yeah, so you can get into it like so, but it can be a bit uncomfortable for me. I think if you're smaller or shorter, this may be a good crossbody. And as you can see, I have it on the longest setting. Ow. This particular bag I obtained recently, and yes, the seller did say it's original and everything. I saw just like the first picture and I was ready to purchase. So I just went, it was like she just had a few pictures. It wasn't stuffed or anything. In the pictures it looked like a bit squished. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. Looks authentic. I often frequent the Coach Counterfeits Facebook group, and I've been there for years, and you know, after a certain point you can honestly pick up what to look for, especially for bags that are heavily counterfeited, and especially for iconic bags. So you know, when you always see other people posting real versus fake, since you know what type of fakes were made in a specific era for a specific bag, you kind of know, hey, okay, this might be real because of this or that. So I've seen like, I don't know how many thousands of bags on that group, and I buy for myself. I kind of use everything that I've learned and I've seen to kind of make an educated guess, because I don't want to like lose out on a very special bag that is being advertised. So yeah, I basically just saw the seam and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. She didn't post a creed pic or anything, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But without even the creed pic, I was like, yeah, this seems, it had a legitimate vibe to it. I don't condone going off vibes, because they are very well made counterfeits in general. Like for Coach, it doesn't have to be recent. Like way back when, the vintage Coach, like back in the 70s, they were counterfeits and they were really well made. So I wouldn't go off vibes, but in that moment I went off vibes. So this is my first, like, what can I say, like iconic bag in my collection. This is the oldest bag I have in my collection, not just from Coach, from any brand. This is the oldest. And from the Coach iconic bags, you know, there's the Willis, the Ergo, you know, the station bag. Anything with a turn lock is kind of like very iconic already. So from those bags, I think the Crescent is a really iconic one. And yeah, so the seller listed as authentic. She didn't post any creed pics. I was just like, you know what, I don't want somebody else to snag this, so I'm gonna snag it. Even though there aren't that many people interested in vintage Coach in South Africa, I was like, there still is a market for this. It's a niche market, and people who know that this is a highly coveted bag, and they may, you know, snatch it up. It was 11 o'clock in the night, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't have time to post pics for authentication. I obviously couldn't return it, because when we buy secondhand in South Africa, it's kind of just like sold as is. If it differs greatly from the picture, then you can return it. But if it looks the same, whether it's authentic or fake, you are stuck with it basically. So yeah, that was a bit of a risque move, but anyway, I knew it was gonna be good. I knew it, and it is. Again, I'll tell you why. I'm like giving away too many spoilers. Anyway, this particular bag, it was actually made in the original New York City factory. So I'm gonna open up the turn lock, and when I opened up the turn lock, the first thing I did when I looked inside, I saw no Creed. For people who aren't experienced with Coach, if they look inside a Coach bag and see absolutely no Creed, no wording, no nothing, it might make them a bit nervous. But I knew when I bought the bag and I was waiting for it, I had already gone onto the Coach counterfeits group. I was looking through all of the Crescent bags, and I expected this, and I was actually really excited for it. It's not coming up on camera, but do you know what this is? This is a Coach cartouche stamp. During 1973 to 1975, there were no Creeds. They had not come up with any wording for the Creed yet, and before 1973 they were doing a little metal tag inside the bags. From 1993 they started stamping the leather with a little cartouche that says Coach, and this is what this bag has. So this bag is at least 50 years old, could be more, but I'm correct in saying at least. So I put this little bag organizer this is actually a bag organizer, a very small one, just to keep the shape. But yeah, so this bag, it's a pretty old bag, and it is the oldest bag that I own, and the leather is soft and supple, no dryness anywhere, no mold rot, no dry rot, nothing. In terms of condition, one or two dents here, which I'm not even gonna fix. You can fix dents with like heat or like a blow dry or something. Not even gonna bother. It is a 50-something-year-old bag. She is allowed to have her dents. Like if I was selling it, maybe I would have, tried to fix the dents, but it's for me. I'm not letting this go. It's too gorgeous of a bag. I don't know if it goes with this current look. It kind of does, like, these kind of neutral earthy tones. It's black, it's like a sage greeny, and we got Mocha with gold hardware. I also got like a neutral color hat. I'm wearing pink glasses. I should have worn my black glasses, but anyway, so this is just such an amazing piece of history. I love collecting older bags. I love seeing what like Coach did at that time. So yeah, up until they started putting like style numbers on the Creed, I think most of the bags before 1994 were all made in the original New York City factory, I think. Yeah, let's say before 1990 everything was made in the original New York City factory. So before 1994 you will not find the style number on the Creed. You will always find a random registration number, which started in 1975. They used to do 3 numbers, a dash, and then 4 numbers. And I think the 80s they started to do 4 numbers, a dash, and then 3 numbers. Then they put the actual factory month, month, year, factory code, dash, style number, and that is a method of Creed modeling that exists up until today, present year 2025. They have not stopped with that model. They've introduced variations, but they haven't stopped. Back to the bag. This looks like a biggish kind of bag. This looks like it's gonna fit a lot. It really doesn't. Like, this is my phone. You when you open this bag up, you don't get all this space. You only get this space, like it stops here. So what can I say? Like my phone just fits. Like, what is this? Vertically, it just fits. So you can put your phone, your ID, makeup bag, keys, the basics. You obviously can't fit a water bottle in here, and I would not advise you to put a water bottle with all your electronics or important stuff. Yeah, so this bag is actually smaller than it looks. The space across is not that much. The side width is also not that much. You can even carry maybe a shopping bag in here. It's good for like a grocery run, that sort of thing. Because of the style, you can also use it in a more elegant setting. So semi-casual, maybe someone's party, or like a birthday party, or like a social gathering for corporate, something like that. This particular style would really work well in that context. You can wear it with dress, I don't know, a suit, whatever. I'm dressed very casual today, but yeah, it seems to be going quite nicely. It's actually like picking up the look of the very casual clothes. I think I'm going to use this for errands. I think it's a very nice one for errands. I usually like a crossbody. I have so many bags. I have shoulder bags, I have, you know, just normal handbags that you carry on the top handle or crook of your arm, and this is a shoulder bag that can crossbody if you are desperate enough to crossbody it. But it does work for me, because I've made myself accustomed to it. I like crossbody, but I've made myself accustomed to the shoulder bags, at least, because I like how it looks. It's just, I like to be hands-free. I don't like to be bothered. I don't even put a hair tie around my wrist because I get so irritated with things. I'm not even wearing necklaces. Sometimes I will wear a bracelet, but I get very irritated. I don't like anything on me. I don't know why. I've always been like that. So this particular bag is quite old. And then when I received the bag, I realized why she didn't post a picture of the seller. I realized why she didn't post a picture of the Coach stamp, because she listed it as authentic, but she also knows that people don't really know Coach that well. So if you post something without a creed, people are gonna freak. They're gonna report your post. People just don't know. This is the problem. So I think that's why she kind of withheld from posting the bag with the creed. So yeah, I didn't message her or anything. Like, I think she uploaded it, and maybe 1 or 2 hours later I saw it. It's on a South African platform, secondhand platform, and then I saw it, and then I just bought it. Yeah, so this particular bag, a lot of the counterfeits don't have the seam going down in the middle. It just has a flat piece of leather, and that is a style that exists for Coach, but it's not the Crescent bag. It's its own style altogether. I think it's called the saddle bag or something. I'm not too sure of the style number. But this particular bag has to have the seam going down in the middle if it's the style number. Let me get the style number again. 9235. If it's the 9235, no exceptions, must have the seam. Another thing for all turn lock bags is the underside of the turn lock mechanism. It must not have any grooves to accommodate the digits, or the divots rather. So it must be a smooth metal plate that is held down by these divots. There must not be any grooves on the metal plate. A lot of counterfeits have grooves so that these divots sit snug on those grooves. No Coach bag has that. That's not a Coach bag, that's a counterfeit. But yeah, this was a really great find, guys. I'm so happy to have this in my collection, and you know, I love these kind of functional bags that still have an elegant vibe to it. Has a bit of an equestrian vibe, you know. I'm going to the races, which I've never been to the races. Everything made in the original New York City factory has always been amazing, buttery, supple, soft leather, in my opinion, based on what I've owned. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people collect the style of bag in every color. I've seen people do the little rainbow. Yeah, people do the rainbow with the ergos. I think with their Willis's as well, because these are bags that were released in many different colorways. So you will see a lot of British tan. Coach vintage bags in general, I see British tan more than anything. More than anything else. It's like the most popular style you'll see, most popular colorway you'll see on the secondhand market. There's obviously a black one floating around. Black is so classic. There's red. There's like dark lime, kiwi green, like orange, some sort of blue. There's like, I don't know how many shades of blue. There's emerald green, jade green, which I love, love, love. I would love to get a vintage Coach bag in that color at some point. This video is already almost 18 minutes long. How long am I yapping? Anyway, so bags made in the original New York City factory will have some solid brass. So as you can clearly see there, it says solid brass under the buckles. Now, majority of the New York City bags had solid brass under the buckles, but conversely, bags that were not made in the original New York City factory should not usually have solid brass under the buckle. So it's a bit of a red flag if it's not made in New York City. Anyways, this was the Crescent bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and a bit of a yap session. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment regarding what you would like me to do in other review videos, and if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it so much, guys. Until the next video, bye.